Hey everybody, this is Robert from Black Belt Gaming. I hope you're doing well. I'm relaxing here on a Saturday morning, and I really wanted to do a playthrough today of a game that I've wanted to play through on my channel for a long time. This is Renegade. This game is designed by Richard Wilkins, whom you may know as Ricky on Box of Delights YouTube channel. Check out the Box of Delights YouTube channel for great playthroughs of solo games, great information on different solo games or solo variants for your board gaming. Richard designed this game, and it is a kind of a computer hacking game where this computer has kind of been taking over the people and controlling their minds and taking away their freedoms. Kind of seems relevant to today, doesn't it? Well, anyway, we are playing the roles of hackers who are attempting to fight against this and free people from this this computer-controlled world. For my first playthrough, I'll be playing against a level 2 supermassive computer. I think that was supermassive computer. It's called Alpha Moby, and I need to go through a few steps for the setup of the game. I already have my hacker on the board. I believe he's called a Renegade here. His name is Monty, and he seems to have a greater command of cognition, which is the green contaminants. And so he might allow us to be able to control some things from a distance. During the setup, according to Alpha Moby, we need to place these sparks, which are computer defenses. They can grow stronger and actually overwhelm you if you're not careful. Place one spark on each partition on Faith, and we need to put one on our access point. This is where we're dropping into the network. And there's another annoying part that I can see about Alpha Moby here, and that is during the start of the turn we need to add a spark at our avatar's position. So wherever Monty is, he's going to get a new, I guess the computer is sensing where he is and is trying to drop countermeasures down to stop him. So since I'm playing this solo, I get to take a data node from each of the other servers. This allows you to move a little more freely around, and I get to place these anywhere that I would like. I might spread some of these around to give me a little freedom to maybe get across the board if I need to. Maybe I'll do something like that to begin with, but I need to watch out, because if any of these contaminants are in a space with a spark and we reach a certain stage, the countermeasures phase of the game, they're going to be deleting my uploads here. So let's get started, and I'm going to learn the game as I go, and I might have some questions along the way, and as you're watching, if you have any suggestions for strategy and such, please, well, first note any mistakes you may notice, and please let me know of any suggested strategies that you might recommend. All right, let's get started. Well, we begin in the intel phase. We need to take a look and see I think the main thing we're trying to do is allow us to maintain a presence in this network and fight against the countermeasures taken from the supercomputers. But here are some goals which can help us increase our score and maybe make more of a difference in the fight against these massive computers. In the bronze stage, there is a goal that says that each Renegade's home server, partition number 1, must contain 4 different colored contaminants. So that's this one for us. Home server, partition number 1. So if we want to make some extra progress against Alpha Moby, then that's something that we can try to accomplish. So we start by getting the Hack Shack there. These are cards we can upgrade from our basic deck. And new sparks. New sparks are things that are going to come out, and we don't do that except for here. We don't get any new sparks rolled with the spark dice, but we do get one placed at our avatar's position. So that's going to be adding a second one there. And as long as there's a spark there, we can't upload other programs. So we need to get those countermeasures out of the way. So we need to get ready to take 5 cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and get ready to start working on how we can make some progress. Well, I think it's smart to try to upgrade our cards as soon as we can. So I'm going to spend data steal, which is a 1 information, pay that 1 information cost, and upgrade to a 2 information card that has another option that we can use later. Here we have 1 destruction. I can pay that and upgrade to this one, which basically gives me the same, but it's going to allow me to get a bonus during some sort of infect action. So another one is a wild, but I don't have any wild symbols that I can use to pick up the black market card. So I guess those will just have to wait for now. Let's see what we can do with this hand of cards. Without any other repeating colors and without any wild, I'm really quite limited in what I can do here on my first turn. We're primarily fighting, I think, against these countermeasures, trying to keep that so that we don't lose the game. If we get 25 and there's a 26th spark that needs to be placed on the board, and we don't, if that happens, we lose. Or if there are, I think, 5 guardians and then a 6th needs to be placed, we lose the game. So these are going to keep popping up. So we want to try to keep getting their numbers down as much as possible, or keep them spread out as much as we can. So I've got some cognition here. I can push some things around. Why don't we spend 1 and we'll start working on partition number 1 here. Why don't we push our uplink down, and then we'll spin the other 2 to push these sparks, spread them out a little bit. I don't know, maybe I want to push 1 over here, get it on a different server. And I really don't know if there's anything I can do with the with these cards. I think I'm just going to have to lose them. One thing I can do is discard all 3 for 1 wild. But what would I do with that? I guess I could take... I don't know. This is a tough turn to start. Maybe what I want to do is get away. I think I want to keep sparks from accumulating too much on this one server. So maybe I will move, since, and this is free movement here. I think that just cost 1 move. I'll move over there. Maybe I will I'll save diversion and let the overwrite interrupt go. We'll hang on to this card. We're allowed to do that. So 1 card left, and then we're going to be coming to the end of our first turn. The reason I ran over here was to try to get new sparks placed and spread them out so they don't cluster together and make worse countermeasures. So that's going to bring me to the end of the turn step. I replenish my hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Add my 6th card. And then we go to the start of turn step. That's where Alpha Moby continues to chase us. And a spark arrives there. We don't, let's see, we need to restock the Hack Shack. I've got another Emit EMP over here for sale. We don't roll for new sparks, not during the bronze stage, so we can skip that. So we'll go to command actions again. Well, I think it's good when you're starting your turn to upgrade your cards if you can. So we're going to spend focus that has 2 cognition and upgrade this to Ginger Cool, which will give us a wild and then another option to use it in a different way. This we can use Sabotage, we can use as 2 destruction. We'll actually spin that, get the Emit EMP, which gives us the same thing, but then another option down here. And we could spend Trickery Master to just simply give us the 1 wild, but we do get 2 wild back. So that might give us more flexibility. So these are our 6 cards. Let's see what we can do this turn. Well, I don't have my turn all planned out, but I know what I kind of need to do is move here, take a step, move down, that's 1. And then for the second point of movement, I'll go here to partition number 1, and I need to do some additional uploads. We need to get maybe a replicant on the board. So we've got an uplink already. We can use the 1 wild and make this a 3 yellow. We'll do an upload and put a replicant down. And then we can use this for 3. Well, we can go with red. Why don't we upload a virus? And we're left with 1 green. And I believe Monty has an ability to use an uplink in the same way that other renegades can use a neural hub. So not only can he project or ghost himself to another uplink, he can ghost himself using just this one to anywhere on this this server. But I don't think there's anything I want to do with that right now. So I'm just going to save this bypass card for now. So we go to the replenish hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is our last set of cards. And we go to the start of turn. So we are back here and making life a little hard again by placing a spark at our starting position. That's our avatar's position. That's Alpha Moby. Being a pain. Restock the Hack Shack. Okay. All right. Well, Console Cowboy looks like an awesome card to get. Let me think about this. Let's upgrade Memory Steel and get, I think this is a second Ginger Cool for our deck. Just gives us some more options. And let's go ahead and use our bypass, this Cognition one, to shift this spark down here. Get it away from us so that we can accomplish our first mission. And we're going to spend those 3 information to upload a data node. Then we're left with this. Not enough to get another replicant out, but we could get another virus on the table if we wanted to. So in order to use a replicant, we need to have more replicants than sparks. So just one is not enough, and I don't see a way to boost that. You know what? I did do an upload, right? But probably what I should do is upgrade the cards here. So perhaps I may want to spin Decrypt completely for 2. Spin this for 1. It does go into my discard. So that's going to give me 3. And I'll upgrade to this card. It'll go back in my hand. I will then use all 3 of these to upgrade or upload that one. So at least I get a better card in my hand. And now I'm back to this. Although, let me think about this again. We could actually get that Console Cowboy card. Because if I don't get it, it's going to disappear. So let me take this data node off and just think about it for a moment. All right, so we did buy this. What we can do? Maybe what we can do is we can spend. We have to discard one of these. We can spend this one and lose it. And we can spend it and lose it. Then we'll use the wild and these 2 wilds here. This goes in the discard. We'll purchase this one, Console Cowboy, and then we will use the 3 here for the upload of the data node. And then we're left with these, and I don't have any other actions I can take, so we lose those. So let me make sure I got 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. This is our deck now with the upgraded cards, and that's all we could do. So end of turn step. I think we go down to the SMC's revenge step. So virus battles would occur. I am playing with a bit of a little house rule just to make the game a little easier for me today, even though it's my first playthrough. I'm just going to be assuming that if I am taking an infect action, I'm going to assume that the dice roll the same. So I taking a little bit of the swinginess out of it to see how that works. And basically each spark is going to have a value of 2, and each virus contaminant is going to have a value of 2. So I'm always going to need to beat the spark value, and I can do that with infect actions. However, if a spark and a contaminant are on the same place, and I'm not taking an infect action, they're just battling like they would now, I'm just going to roll the dice, and whichever one rolls higher is the winner. And if there is a tie, then I lose the tie, and the contaminant is deleted. So ties go to the defender. Okay. So no virus battles, nothing getting deleted at this point. So now we go to success or failure. Well, I believe we do have one of each contaminant, blue, green, yellow, and red, on partition 1 of our home server. So that's success. Add 1 installation to anywhere on justice or freedom. Add 1 installation. Well, we can put any kind of installation, huh? Why don't we make let's put an installation of a data port right there on our home server. That's freedom. And now we get to move some sparks around. So the faith server, we take the highest number, 6, and it moves down to 5. The red takes from the lowest number, 3, moves up to 4. Blue moves down. That goes from 6 down to 1. I'm sorry, 1 down to 6. It loops around. And the yellow server is virtue, but we don't have any sparks on virtue. So that's the end there. So I think one of the terrible things about those countermeasure cards is that even after you've won the objective, you can still lose the game. So winning the game, I think, is more important than getting these objectives done. It's like you succeed, but how well do you succeed? So we've succeeded at the first one. That means we get a scoring token, 25 victory points. We'll put that on our character card, and we'll shuffle up and get ready for the next round. So as we're shuffling, we need to purge the shack of any unused or unpurchased cards. We'll get to the restock here. We need to give ourselves a new deal. I think we get our new command cards. Then we go to the intel phase. Let's see what we're facing this time if we want to pursue this objective. So it's silver, Hacker's Palace. Have the required number of installations on any one partition of faith. So in a solo game, we need 2 installations. Palace building. This cycle, an installation can be created with only 2 of the same colored contaminants. However, during the delete installation segment, 2 sparks delete every installation at that partition. So we have to watch out for any 2 sparks coming together. So like if we had an installation there, it would delete it. Normally you need a guardian to threaten an installation. So we've got a little collection of contaminants here, a nice little highway across the network. Let's get started now with restocking the Hack Shack. 4 cards coming out. And new sparks. I think that does happen now. So blue 4 is where a spark will appear. And start of turn, I guess I should have already done this. We get a spark where we are. That's Alpha Moby again coming after us. So sparks are getting around here quite a bit. Let's start our turn with our commands. Well, I see one I want to upgrade already. We'll spend Infiltrate to get this Sidekick. It's still 2 destruction, but we can delete a spark automatically with this card. And something called Iteration there, which looks pretty good. It's going to take 1 of every color. I could do that, but I might lose a good card. Let me think. If we spent this one for red, yellow, blue, green, and I actually spent the black market card completely, this would go into my discard. We could get this one, 3 wild. So now we're down to 4 cards. I hope that wasn't a bad move. Let's see what we can do. Okay, let's execute this Sidekick order here, this command. Delete 1 spark. We'll delete this spark that's here with us. And I think we'll do an... Actually, I don't want to lose the special here. It says you can spin these and reveal during your turn along with another card of your hand to perform that card's execute event. So I'm going to generate yellow here, Deception. And if I'm understanding this right, I get to play this card's execute event as I'm playing this. So, because it says and reveal. So I'm going to delete this spark, but I don't think I need to spin that card. Otherwise, I would just play the 2 cards. So with the 3 yellow, I'm going to upload a replicant. And then I still have this one, I believe. And I'm going to move and carry these replicants with me. I can actually move here and then pop anywhere I want to go. Because this is a data node, not node, it is a data port. I can go anywhere and try to do some work. Why don't we try to attack this one? Let's pop over here to faith number 5. And then we've got our replicants with us. We're going to do the sidekick execute to delete a spark, and then we don't have enough. I was going to use this, but I need another color. I believe that's right for modify. I do need another color. This by itself is not enough. Well, that's not good. Maybe we want to come there and then do the execute to delete that one, because I may need to move into there when I'm a little better prepared. So maybe that's how we'll save this card and we'll go to the next part. So end of turn step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we'll replenish our hand, and we go to the start of turn step where Alpha Moby again attacks us. It's like we never did anything. Restock the shack. Got a couple of tattoo cards out there. I'll switch one of those with this one. Just push it over so you can see it. And roll for sparks. Blue 2. Blue's got 3 of them on there. Okay. So now we're back to the command phase. Well, as we start, let's upgrade what we can. We'll spin decrypt to get data shift. Again, it's just 2, but another option available to us. Then we can spend a bypass. And I guess definitely out of the 3 cards, project consciousness is definitely the one we'd want to choose. Leaving those tattoos there. Never was a big fan of tattoos anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess that's what I want to do. Let's continue on. Well, how about we do some modifications. Do a modify action here. We need to get 2 installations on any one partition. So maybe this is the partition we want to focus on. Let's see, why don't we... It would be easy to go modify blue, but we're trying to get an installation there of a different color. Question is what color is going to be best to go for. I need to think this carefully. Alright, let's try this. We'll go with a modify. We're going to go and try to change this spark, and we're going to use this as a wild to make it green. So this spark is removed and we put an uplink here, which is something we're pretty good at using. So now this this partition is clear. We can get to work a little more on there. We need to get some more green on there. We can go get one. we can move. And for one movement, we're on our information highway. This is free. We'll pick up our uplink. This is free. We step off. And we've brought that back with us. And we can play we need to get another green contaminant on there. I'm going to go ahead and actually, this could allow me to upload one, but I'm going to use this to teleport an installation. I'm going to move this installation, the blue, here. This data, what is it called? Data port. That's going to complete half of our objective. And then I need to make a choice. I think I'm going to spend this one for 3. I'm going to save this card and upload one more uplink to get us almost there. And that'll bring us to the finish part of the command actions phase. We replenish our hand with our 5 cards, adding a 6th. And we go through start of turn. Start of turn, Alpha Moby is angered and attacks us again by putting a spark there. Then we restock the shack. We'll move the tattoos down. And roll for new sparks. Number 3. It's faith number 3. That's getting a bit dangerous around here. So we're back to our command phase. We need to get a second installation and we will have completed silver. Alright, let's upgrade before we forget about it. We need to spend a bypass to get a tattoo. It's really just 1 cognition, but you get a wild if you use it as part of a shop action. So we might want to spend it to get the wild and the 2 yellow. I think I'm going to actually spend... I don't want to lose green. Which one should I get rid of? This is an upgraded card. Why don't we spend diversion along with this one to get the replicant jar. So that's done. Replicant jar allows us to flip contaminants. Might be useful at some point. Let's think. So what if we spend red, 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 and perhaps lose this one, and we spend this one, and we'll get reset spark. We can execute this and delete all sparks on your partition. Let me think about that. How about we go with a modify, and why don't we go red here using the wilds, and we'll get rid of this spark, turn it into a virus, which maybe we can use later. And let's use our focus and install a neural hub That's 2 installations on one server on Faith. Then we still have a couple of choices left. I think we want to do something with our spark problem here. Let's spend one of these for movement, and let's move right here, and we'll execute to delete all sparks, and we'll delete these guys. And that's where we'll finish this part, this silver. And let's go through the other parts of the turn. So SMC Revenge, virus battles. No virus battles right now. No deletion of contaminants or installations. Success or failure. You know, I didn't pay enough attention to this. You could create an installation with only 2. I didn't need to use 3. So I would probably actually have another green there. But 2 sparks during the delete installation segment, that's now, they would have deleted any anything on those partitions. So we're still safe. I just kind of overdid it on the green. So this is a success, I believe. We flip it over, stack any 2 installations from Faith onto any partition number 3. For the rest of the game, this is the Hacker's Palace. It's no longer an installation, but automatically deletes all sparks and guardians there. That would have been nice to have known. I probably should have looked at that before, but I guess I wouldn't know that. But stack any 2 installations from Faith onto any partition 3. Well, what do we have coming up? All avatars must be on a partition having a neural hub, not on Faith. So we need to be on a neural hub that's not on Faith. So maybe we want to stack any 2 installations from Faith onto any partition number 3. Well, let's take these 2 installations and we'll put them on our home server number 3. For the rest of the game, this is a Hacker's Palace. Automatically deletes all sparks and guardians there. Okay. So let's see what happens. Spark movement. Faith, we go from the lowest to, we go move 1 up. So 2 sparks on 2. Green moves down. 2 moves down to 1. That's not good. That's going to attack our contaminants there. Yellow is virtue. Yellow, nothing there. Red moves down. So 4 moves down to 3. And after those movements of the sparks, I think we get to claim our silver victory token. And then we go to the new deal. So we'll need to shuffle. And we need to get rid of everything in the Hack Shack. 2, 3, 4, 5. And we go to the intel phase. So here, we looked at this briefly before. All avatars must be on a partition having a neural hub. Well, I don't know if that still counts as a neural hub anymore. But not on faith during the success or failure step. During the start of turn step, add 1 spark to faith number 1. If you end any move action on a server with another avatar, add 3 sparks to your partition. So faith is going to get hit with a lot of sparks here, and we just need to end I think I misunderstood this. Stack any 2 installations from faith onto any partition 3 for the rest of the game. This is so they don't work anymore, but I could have kept them here. That would have been much better since faith is going to be attacked. Sorry, my first playthrough trying to digest all this. So yeah, we'll leave that there. And that wasn't going to work as a neural hub anyway. We need to go set one up somewhere and be on that at the end step of the game. So, all right. We, at the start of the turn, a spark will come into play. But this is the hacker's palace now. And it automatically deletes sparks that go there. So that's gone. Okay. Restock the shack. And maybe I'll house rule it here, just not to have any duplicates. I'm going to put that on the bottom. That's a duplicate too. There we go. Just a little house rule, I guess, to keep a good variety. And I guess we're ready to get going. Command time. So new sparks. No, we need to roll for sparks. We have our home server number 1. Uh-oh, got 2 down there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we're back from a little break and ready to head into this gold stage, the last part of the game. We've got to watch these sparks because faith is going to get flooded, I think. Oh, what is it at the start of every turn? Spark on faith number 1. So I think that happens along with Alpha Moby's thing. So spark goes on faith number 1. All right, so let's do a little spark management and then worry about our neural hub maybe a little later. So we had 1 extra uplink over here that might help us out sometime. We're kind of free to get some stuff done here. Ooh! Ooh! I just had a great idea. This is the hacker's palace. This is the hacker's palace for the rest of the game. It is no longer an installation, but it deletes sparks. Hey! I've got an idea. Let's let's move. Well, first let's look for upgrades before I get too excited. Sidekick or emit EMP? I like that delete one spark because it's an automatic thing, which is nice. We already have an emit EMP. No yellow. No, I don't think there's anything in the shack we want to get right now. We've got some pretty good cards in our hand already. So, we could spend this one and get the emit EMP, because it will function as a wild. No, that's not enough. That costs 2 red. But I could get one of the other cards up there if I wanted to. Yeah, maybe we'll just keep it green. Let's use a single green to shift. And what we're going to shift is we're going to shift our uplink over here to our position. And I kind of want to do something with this. Maybe I'll turn the tokens like that so I don't confuse myself. This is the Hacker's Palace. By shifting this here, I can, using Monty's ability, I think I can affect anything on this server. So I'm going to start shifting sparks into the Hacker's Palace. That's what I think I'm going to do. So wonder how much I can get done with shifting. So for 2, I can shift. I'm going to ghost myself over there. And for that 2 cognition, I'm going to shift both of these sparks into the fire. We're going to delete them. And then I can't move sparks around myself, but I can push them around. But I'm going to need multiple cognition to do that. We can do a couple here. Let's project again from our uplink, which we can use as a neural hub as Monty. We're projecting over here, and we can have shift 2. We can push both of these over here, or we can spread them out. We can put one there. All right. And then we can Let me think about this. Well, we can project again over here and do a modify with red, creating another virus. All I'm grabbing are installations. There we go. So we can take that one off. And then we can project our ghost over here. And delete one spark. And we can act like this is our partition, and we can delete that one. So that uses up my cards for the turn. We head into the replenish hand. And end of turn step. Anything at the end of turn? No, this is happening at the start of turn. Start of turn step, we get 1 at our partition, which gets buzzed, and then we get 1 on Faith 1. I think we've calmed things down enough that we might be able to start working on our neural hub somewhere. So let me think about that. We need to roll for another spark though. Just 1 for Alpha Moby. Number 6. So a second spark joins there. I seem to roll purple a lot with this die as I've been practicing the game and getting ready for this playthrough. I seem to roll purple more than anything. Alright, we may have some upgrades this time. We'll play an interrupt. Spend it and get Dancing Pig, and that may be it. Let me try this. We'll try the execute action with Dancing Pig, or I wonder here if we want to reveal during your turn along with another card to perform that execute event. So why don't we ghost here, and we use these 3 to do an upload of an uplink. And we'll use the execute along with this to have 1 contaminant swap positions with a spark. So this card is spent, but the other card's execute is used. And let's switch out a virus with a spark. So we move the virus over and the spark down here. All right. Then we can ghost again and do a modify cognition. So we outnumber the spark 2 to 1. We're going to modify with our replicants, change that spark to an uplink. And then let me think about this. Why don't we use the Dancing Pig a second time, and we'll swap the virus from 1 and put that in 6. And then we'll use this as a wild to shift, ghosting myself here. We're going to shift and push this spark into my partition, which should delete it like that. We're left with data shift. We can execute here to move 3 contaminants from any adjacent partition to yours. I'm going to scoot these uplinks over like that with data shift, and we'll end that turn. So we get our last hand of 5, and we go through the start of turn step, which is 1 on our position, gets deleted, 1 on faith number 1, which we actually have a virus there. And then we go through the restocking the shack, read request intercept, and I think we roll for 1. Blue 2. Okay. I think we have this pretty well under control. With our little collection of uplinks, maybe we can pursue our last gold objective. We just need to move away and see if we can get a neural hub established. And I think it says we must be on the neural hub, not on faith, during the success or failure step. So even 1 step away on either one of these servers can work. Well, I wonder if there's anything else we can do. All right, I'm thinking about using this as 3 cognition to shift one of my uplinks over to blue 2, and then I was going to project there and use the execute delete all sparks on your partition, so these sparks get deleted. And then I was going to use these 2 as cognition and shift this thing back. And then I was going to move and bring with me my 3 contaminants right here on, what's the red server, salvation. And then we'll perform cognition here to do an installation of a neural hub. And that's where we're ending our turn. So we move down to SMC Revenge. We do have a virus battle here. We roll the dice. Virus is at a disadvantage. It needs to beat the black. 3 to 3, that's not good enough. Our virus is lost. Ties go to the defense. Any other contaminants being deleted? Yes. We lose our contaminants here to these countermeasures. Actually, there is a battle there. There is a virus there, but it's 2 to 1. 1, 2, 3. 3, 4. We win that one. So these sparks get deleted. That was lucky. So I kind of like the randomness there with the virus battles. But with the infection axe, I was going to use that little house rule where each spark is 2 and each virus is worth 2 points, and it's a matter of just being there, actively infecting and taking an action. I haven't really fully tried that, but I just thought I would see how that might work. I kind of like it if you're really focusing all your efforts and commands and attentions. You should probably succeed with your preparation. But if you're just putting a virus out and it's kind of left on its own, then yeah, give it a chance, but it's going to be most likely a win for the defense. Okay, so delete contaminants, taken care of. Success or failure. We need to be on a neural hub, not on faith, and we are. Add 1 spark to every partition where 1 or more avatars are located. So 1 spark to where we are, okay. And then green moves down, nothing on green. Purple moves up, so 1 moves to 2. Blue moves down, 6 moves to 5. Red moves up, 5 goes to 6. And we've still survived. So I believe we've won the game, and I think we get our gold. Well, I think we get our gold as well. So let's see how we did. All right, so we get +1 for every 5 sparks. That's 1, 2, 3. +1 per installation. That's going to be 1 because these don't count. So that's going to be 4 points. +5 per guardian in the stock. That's 25 because we have all of them there. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So that's 29 points. And then 25 points per token. And we have all of those. So we got over 100. Congratulations. I think we made some awesome progress. So you can still win even if you get a 0. You can still win the game and manage the sparks. But if you could complete these other objectives, you boost your score higher and higher. But that was on probably the lowest ranked supercomputer. But this is my first true playthrough, so let me know if you spotted any mistakes. I hope I played it correctly. I didn't have any spark explosions that I noticed, and I don't think I forgot to add sparks at the right time. And hopefully managing the neural, the uplinks and the hub, and hopefully I did all that correctly. But again, let me know. Thanks for watching, everybody, and a big thank you again to Richard Wilkins for making such a great game. Take care, everybody. By the way, I think he is working on a new version of this game that will maybe change some things around. But just to let you know, this was a lot of fun today. So whether you check out this first edition or the upcoming second edition, I'm sure you'll be happy with it. Take care, everybody. Catch you later.